This is Gerald Brents with Jada on McCullough and the Plano Football Show. And Coach McCullough, big win, bouncing back after the loss against Allen with a huge win against Hebron last week.
Yeah, it was a great win for our program, a great win for our kids. They earned it. You know, it was not easy. It was tooth and nail first half, and we were just able to play great defense, and we didn't turn the ball over. We kind of had a slow start on offense, but we did protect the ball, did very well in the kicking game, and defense is just playing lights out right now. But yeah, it was a great win for us.
You know, over at Kimbrough Stadium, and you Wildcats go over there one time a year, but it was a great environment, wasn't it, for a game?
Oh, the new scoreboard was awesome, and the Jumbotron's what I call it, but it was a fun game, fun atmosphere, and we've had some, a lot of positives out there at Kimbrough.
You continue to get the big plays. Blair Burns with a kickoff return. Kuzu had a big game. Kevin Merrill, of course, Connor Mickelson, very solid player, very good game, and you play good defense, good kicking game, and your offense can move the ball, you're going to win a lot of games. Well,
it gives you a chance to compete on every game when you play great defense. You don't turn the ball over. You do well in the kicking game. You have a chance to win every week.
Well, let's take a look at these highlights. Okay, here we go.
This was one of the best plays in the second quarter by Matt Johnson. That was huge because that kind of, shifted the momentum on our side. That was a huge play for us in the second quarter. Here we are, Connor Mickelson to Kevin Merrill on the goal line. That was a third down play. Wasn't very pretty, but we were able to get in the end zone.
And here's the kickoff return by Blair Burns.
This is right at the beginning of the second half.
And Blair makes a great run, but there were a lot of good blocks on this play.
Real good block there by Merrill. Good block there by Sam Morrell. And then, of course, Blair took it down the sideline and was able to get in the end zone.
Big play, kind of turned the game pretty much into your favor for good.
Real good tackle there by Brad Tipton on the screen. Once again, Dwayne Hicks, one of our defensive ends, and then Sam Morrell coming in there and cleaning it up on Wortham, the really good sophomore running back. They run the option again, get a tackle for loss there by Colin Brents and Matt Johnson and Kent Bateman.
The two young defensive ends, Hicks and Harbert, boy, they've really gotten better, haven't they?
Yeah, they're still maturing. This was our touchdown that we got called back. They called a legal high-low block on Sam Levitt. I didn't see it, but here we are again, just throwing and catching the out route to Steele Hetcher. Good throw by Connor, good protection by the offensive line. Here's our dash fan to Murat Kuzu, huge play for us.
Kuzu and Merrill, boy, they're both versatile players. They're good runners, good blockers, good receivers.
There's a tackle for loss by Taylor May and Matt Johnson. Defense was very active the other night. Once again, getting some penetration there. Oh, wrap up Taylor, and then Matt Johnson comes in there and takes Wortham out. But initially, Taylor May got penetration and was able to slow the runner down and redirect him. Once again, another good throw and catch from Mickelson to Kevin Merrill. Here we had a bust in protection, and Connor just does well. Number one, just kind of create something with his feet. We really want to eliminate that from our game plan this week. We really don't like him running around too much. Here we are with one of our staple plays. Really, it was one of the best runs of the night by Murat Kuzu on 70 draw.
Tremendous block by Steele Hetcher there, and then great run.
We felt like he was in, but they called him down at the 1, and we'll put it in with a quarterback sneak by Michelson. Once again, good pressure on the quarterback, and just a tremendous job by Arthur Skinner, defensive tackle coming out and making the play on the screen. Little draw there by Abishan. Good play there by Stephen Murray, and then a host of Wildcats coming in there and cleaning it up. Colin Brents was around the ball all night. Sam Morrell, our 2 safeties, they're just ball hawks. Then, of course, Matt Johnson was our defensive player of the week. Good pressure there. Oh, sack by Harbert, Xavier Harbert, number 12. We're excited. We're going to get Ben Lowers back this week, coming back from a broken arm. Give us a little bit more depth. Real nice hit there by Colin Brents, coming up on the option. A good tackle there by the backside end, Bobby Gabler. And to end the game there, Brad Tipton comes up with the interception. Once again, we've continued to get takeaways. We had 3 the other night, and we hope that continues.
Coach, Coach Hughes and I were talking a while back, and I've said for years that 5A football in North Texas is like comparable to the NFL. What I mean by that is that, man, every week you've got to be ready to go. There aren't any. In college football, there's some games where there's a big score discrepancy. One team is obviously better than the other, but last week, all 8 teams in District 8 5A were in the top 66 teams in the state. This week we fell down a little bit, but all 8 teams are in the top 93, which is something else. Because usually you have 4 or 5 really good teams maybe, and 2 or 3 teams that are not necessarily as competitive. But that is not the case this year. Flower Mound, Marcus was in the top 10. Flower Mound Marcus was in the top 10 last week. Flower Mound goes out there and beats them. Pulls the upset. So here we go. Here the Wildcats going over to Flower Mound High School Friday night in just another huge game.
Yeah, to me, I look at it as it's an opportunity to gain an advantage because it's the team that can consistently find a way to play at a high level each and every week is going to have an advantage. And, I always just try to look at the positive side of it and say we're going to be that team. And I think the best way to do that is just to be focused on what you can do to get better, be focused on one game at a time, one play at a time. And so that's kind of what we do. We remind each other each and every day we're going to get ready for Flower Mound and be focused on that. And I really think our players are buying into that. But it is a very long season. Injuries, grades. We just got through with our first 6-week grading period. And, the injuries and all the things that go on during the football season, it's the team that's going to be able to handle those and continue to play at a very high level that's going to come out of this district. And so far it's been crazy, but, we feel good about where we're sitting right now, especially if we can go over and take care of Flower Mound on Friday.
The way you pace your team in practice and, a lot goes into it, how you emotionally approach things, how much you lift, how much you run, how much you hit during practice, how much you carry pads. Every team is different, and, that's a lot of it about how you play on Friday night, isn't it?
It really is, and, it's not how you feel, it's how the kids feel. And so, that's kind of something that I'm real big on. If coaches are grinding on them and, hitting and all that, I remind them, you might want to think about what it's like to be a football player and lift and run and hit and go through that emotional roller coaster that you go through. So, but we have great coaches and, I think we're all on the same page. But, the thing about our kids is we're real lucky that we've created a real good relationship with our players. We have an open line of communication with them, and usually they'll tell us, Coach, we're tired, we feel good, whatever. So, we feel real good about our players and our communication. And our players, the good thing about it is they're committed to winning, and they know if you're committed to winning, you have to work. And so that's the thing I like about this group is they're really into going out and preparing, and we've got great leadership on the team. And so, like I said, I'm not trying to be overconfident. I just like the direction this team's going.
What can you tell us about Flower Mound High School?
Well, they struggle on defense, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but anytime you put your defense on the field that much, they're going to struggle. They're the kind of team that they want to get 80 to 85 snaps per game, and they're going to throw it more than they run it. Their quarterback is outstanding. Coach Vanderford said it's the best quarterback he's ever coached, and we all know that he coached in a state championship game.
He must be pretty good.
He must be good. So they've got a tremendous running back. I hate to make the comparison, but he's a lot like Rex in that he can do so much. He's very versatile. He already has over 1,000 yards rushing. The quarterback already has over 2,000 yards passing. So, it's going to take a great effort, and it should be, to me, what I'd be looking at if I was a fan is how can our defense match up with their offense. And so it'll be fun. I know our defense is going to take it as a challenge. We've shut down some very good football teams this year. Kind of slipped up there in the fourth quarter against Allen, even though that we put them in a bad situation offensively, but loved what we did last week against Hebron, so it should be a fun matchup and intriguing to see what's going to happen.
Okay, the Plano Wildcats going to Flower Mound High School, play Flower Mound Jaguars Friday night, 7:30. Hope you can be at the game, and we'll see you next week.